In 1847, the Wedgwood family bought the house. So this is Josiah Wedgwood III, the grandson of the famous potter. And he and his wife, who was Caroline Darwin, moved to the house and set up their family here. Ralph Vaughan Williams inherited the house from his brother, and he gave it straight to the National Trust.
We're in Leith Hill Place, which is the childhood home of Vaughan Williams, and this instrument is the piano that he purchased in the early 1900s to work out his compositions. It's very appropriate that he should have an ordinary working piano that might have been in an ordinary person's parlour.
I very much like making work to do with a place or in relationship to a place, often historical.
I came to Leith Hill in the winter and the place was very cold and very empty. And I thought that that was going to be quite an easy blank canvas for me to fill. But actually, I found it quite hard in the beginning. I had to visit this space a lot to try and understand what was going on.
The restoration has been ongoing now for 2 years. We're beginning to see some major biodiversity benefits. We're looking to create a much more diverse structure because at the moment half of the woodland is rather densely populated with conifer and it's a rather robust monoculture, and we're looking to break that up and create a mosaic of habitat across the whole site that will gradually link together.
This was clear felled 2 years ago, and already it's a sea of beautiful ancient woodland indicator species. To allow a bit of light in around, you'll be amazed at what will come back and how quickly it'll come back.
We hope with our work with the National Trust that we will make a mark that will provide a legacy that we can all be proud of into the future.
When the scaffolding is all down and we have a chance to take stock of what we've achieved over the past few years, one of the senses of pride that we'll have is being able to look at the paintings and not necessarily see what we've done. We'll just feel that the paintings are how they should be.
The colours appear more bright. We can also see the bare peaks where the paint never was. They're more clearly revealed.
I'm using the USB microscope to survey the wall painting surface. It was possible to see the materials that had been applied in the past.
I think the most pleasing aspect of this project has been the collaborative nature of it. We're hoping that the focus of attention on these paintings will draw attention to Daniel McLeese, the artist, and show how incredibly creative and inventive he was.
The biggest sense of achievement I feel is looking at the paintings now and seeing a unified whole.
It's amazing how well these paintings have survived over the last 150 years. And the next 150 years they will continue to survive in the state they are now.
More recently, we've seen a lot more globalisation of trade. We're bringing in materials from all sorts of different countries. We're bringing it in much faster, where previously it might have been sea freight, it's probably now air freight.
Some of these pests, when they are introduced, they can have an absolutely devastating impact. They can just change the ecosystem. If you just take one group as an example, the beetles, in their native habitats are not a problem, they're not a pest. But when they're introduced into new areas, they can actually change their biology.
Pests and pathogens move with plants and can be propagated with plants when you buy plants at a garden centre or buy them on the internet from abroad.
If we don't take action now, we're going to have pressure on our crops, pressure on our ecosystems. We will lose the resilience that we have by having a wide range of diversity.
What's exciting and different about this idea of natural capital is that it reframes nature, not as an expensive problem to be fixed, but actually a solution to so many of the issues that we face.
I think we have to understand that our fundamental assets, if you like, the things on which prosperity depends, are natural assets. If you leave these things out of decision making, then you're not making very good decisions.
Natural capital is a strange term, it's a bit alien to most people, but a good example of natural capital is water. Many companies are so dependent on water. For example, the whisky industry.
If we use nature and manage nature better, we can derive a whole range of different benefits, which are valuable economically as well as ecologically.
One Planet Prosperity is moving us in a different direction. It's saying that in the future we should be looking to use resources rather than create waste. Make a circular economy.
In the last few decades we've realised that we're gobbling up the Earth's resources at a far faster pace than the Earth can replace them. Businesses, along with everybody else, has to behave more responsibly.
We are losing land, we are losing biodiversity, soil is eroding. All these are major challenges ahead for us. We could be despondent about that, but I think what we're seeing now is a realisation that these things are important and that we can actually turn this around and actually move forward with a different approach. But we do need a new approach.